while you might share drinks with other people, you don't really share those little paper milk cartons because people's like lip scum and used food gets stuck to the cardboard. So can't really do that in this situation. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I just woke up with a zest for talking about The Bachelor in Paradise. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe because I put out videos every single week and it helps me a whole bunch now. Let's get to the action. First things first, we have our rose ceremony, very dramatic. Who's gonna pick who? 3 people are going home, and Dylan gives his rose to Hannah, which we kind of saw coming because like he's so obsessed with her, but I kind of wanted him to do like a little plot twist and pick someone other than Hannah. 1, for his own mental and emotional health. 2, also just to like kind of sucker punch Hannah and be like, oh look, this is what happens when you don't appreciate people. But I will say that they reeled me back in when Blake was giving out his rose because obviously he wanted to give it to Hannah because apparently he's there for her now, even though he took out a billion girls before her. And he calls Tayshia down to have his rose and he asks, will you accept this rose? And she says, and I quote, faux show. Now, I like this because it's saying, yes, I will accept this rose because I want to stay on the show and meet literally anyone other than you, but there will be nothing romantic betwixt us at any point. Respect. Now, if you didn't already loathe Blake, fun fact, he chews with his mouth open, like really open. You know, they always are like taking the camera around looking at people and he's just over here like. But the show was saved, everyone. This season that was kind of boring, we only had a little bit of drama here and there, was saved by the mayor, the king of Bachelor in Paradise, if you will, Mr. Jordan Kimball, the quote master, the dude who has the hairspray and the salt spray and body spray and I'm sure personality spray to make your TV light up with exuberance. He is back and I'm so happy. And even showing up, his first line to Chris Harrison is, I'm salt and pepper seasoned. He's ready, he's back for his beach and here to find love. One thing that kind of made me go was when he wants someone to call him daddy by the end of this. Look, Jordan, you're a sweet peach, you know, you're fun, you hang out with you, you're a good boy. I would not call him a zaddy or a daddy. A zaddy is more of like, you know, The Rock or even a Tom Hiddleston. Jordan Kimball, I'm not really feeling the zaddy thing. Someone comment below if you do believe he is daddy. I just personally don't think he's daddy. Jordan gets the invitation for a date. He's trying to decide which girl to take. And, you know, this being his beach, he thinks he has the pick of the litter. Unfortunately, he walks into some drama, and the number 1 pick, though, that he wants is Hannah. And you may think, oh, that makes sense, like everyone wants Hannah. But maybe you didn't notice that when he's talking to Hannah, he says, oh, you're cuter than I thought you'd be in person. Did anyone else catch that? Like, after that, wouldn't you be like, yeah, no, I'm good. I don't want to go on a date with you. But Hannah just seems chill with it and just happy. Like, oh my gosh, Jordan, you're a model. Like, thanks for talking to me. I will say that he has some cojones on him because he asks about the drama to see, like, who she's made connections with and all that jazz. And he's like, not that I care. And I'm like, wow, this guy's got some power behind him. Then he talks to Nicole, who is a writer, and leads with, I love words. I love words. Jordan Kimball, 2019. Unfortunately, you know, Jordan comes back to his beach with a lot of chaos around, a lot of milk cartons flying left and right as he describes it, you know, because Blake is just drinking out of all the milk cartons at lunch, just pulling up those little cardboard babies and sucking them back. And while you might share drinks with other people, you don't really share those little paper milk cartons because people's like lip scum and used food gets stuck to the cardboard. So can't really do that in this situation. And boy is upset. At first, Jordan's more so amused that his boy Blake from his season is putting his spoon in all the pudding, if you will. However, when Hannah eventually has to turn him down after accepting the date originally to be with him, now we've sauced up the dude and he is upset, so he has to talk to Blake. He has to confront him about it. And like a true icon, he talks about how he is the self-proclaimed mayor of the beach. I should clarify that he does not say he's the self-proclaimed mayor. He just says it like it's a fact. Like, the sky is blue. He is the mayor of paradise. He calls out Blake as like trying to get everything fixed, everything situated, cleaning up the beach, cleaning up the drama. And honestly, iconic, because he's like calling him out. He's like, dude, this is not okay. You're ruining my experience. Fix it. So I know that I made this comment last time, but I just have to go back to it about how when Dylan and Hannah are together, Dylan looks like he's just a sweet little boy in a candy shop where the candy's jumping off the shelves to be in his little tiny mouth. Hannah looks more so like a vegan in a butcher shop. You know, she looks like a hostage. She looks miserable the whole time. I will recreate the look. Okay, ready? Yeah, that felt accurate. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And to add on to that, not only does her physical features look like she's not having it, her mental ones, by mental features I mean the words she says to Dylan, "You're awesome," and then punches him in the shoulder. Like, he just said something really sweet and heartfelt and emotional, and she says, "You're awesome," and punches him in the shoulder. Can you think of a more frat guy, bro, dude to dude platonic thing to do? At one point, Jordan ends up taking Nicole on the zipline date, which is like, chill, whatever. You can tell it's just he had picked someone because he's like, well, I couldn't have my first choice. And they go ziplining because Jorge, our old bartender homie, has a tour place, which he calls Jorge's Torres. Love that. And there's a romantic part at the end where Jorge has set up like sort of a little date situation in the forest, and he says that this place is special to him because he lost his virginity there in that exact spot. I understand why the blanket was put down now to cover any but the best part is that Jordan is uncomfortable from this. You know, he's actually like giggling and laughing and being like, ah, Jorge, and like you can tell he's uncomfortable. He's like touching his hair and like going like this. And I just thought that was magical because Jordan and Kimball uncomfortable. Like, who would have thought? If we thought that we were done with all the cringing of a girl cringing while a guy is super emotional and tearing his heart out and placing it beating into her welcoming hands, we're not. Because Cam, who is Twitter-pated by Kaylin, decides to read a poem which basically is just him saying how much he's obsessed with her. The unfortunate thing is that part of the poem is just like, and the day was still good. You know why, Kaylin? And she's just like, no, why? And he's like, because you were still here in paradise. And this, I kid you not, is her face. So that's unfortunate. He also talks about how he could still taste like the chili margarita mix on his lips from after they kissed, and it's like, cool. People are still not over the whole Blake being a tool thing, and especially Tayshia, Demi, and Kaylin are kind of like hanging out, squatting up on the beach while they watch Blake playing football, and then he injures his foot while they're talking trash about him by running into a rock. And you can't help but feel like they're like the three witches from Hocus Pocus, like the Sanderson sisters, just the whole time being like, I put a spell on you, and now you hit a rock. You couldn't control your... You know what I'm saying? It rhymes. Rhymes with rock. You get it. Okay, cool. Then we have our boy, Big Mike, coming in to Paradise. We know that he kind of was a drama stirrer in his season. And what I noticed about the fact that he chose Kaylin to be his date is that she looks kind of like Hannah B. But the funny thing is that if you remember on Colton's season, these two had drama. They were clashing because they did not like each other. And I just thought it was interesting that he picks two girls, you know, these two beauty queens who kind of look alike, who had so much beef behind them. And I was like, oh, interesting. A type. But like, does he even know it's a type? Does he know the drama? Does he know the receipts that have been read? We see Wills set up this cute like little romantic date situation for Katie, and she's like freaking out saying that she's not attracted to him and doesn't want to be someone who has like 8 different guys. But I was like, who do you even have right now? Like, you don't even have one guy right now. Like, I was just confused. Then we find out that apparently her and Chris have been flirting out of nowhere, even though he had a thing with Annalise and then left her to have a thing with Christina, but then I guess they're not a thing anymore. So now he's apparently with Katie, who brings so much joy to him and he loves watching her. But yeah, we saw Katie like freak out and I was like, oh, it makes sense now why she's friends with Demi. The episode ends on a very dramatic note with Blake talking to Hannah and then they start making out in the ocean, like right in front of Dylan, which is kind of like a douche move on both of their parts. I think that, you know, Hannah and Blake are both to blame, but I do think it's kind of sketchy because Hannah made it clear that she was there to kind of play the field, and she has turned down other guys in favor of just figuring out, I guess, Blake and Dylan's thing, and I guess Dylan was okay with it, but then he acts like he's not okay with it. So I think that basically he needs to pick a new girl or be okay with the fact that she's exploring things with Blake, or Hannah needs to cut it off with Dylan and just figure things out with Blake, because at this point it's just not healthy for either of them, and it's uncomfortable to watch because freaking Dylan comes up to them making out in the water and is trying to steal her back from him, and she's just standing there awkwardly, and they're both like, no, I need time, no, I need time, no, I need time. And she's just standing there. That's when she should be like, okay, I'll go talk to you, or I'll go talk to you. And it's just so uncomfortable, and I'm like kind of over it because I just need them to pick someone. But that was the episode, my dudes. Let me know what you think about, either you can talk about like Cam being awkward, milk cartons, Jordan amazing one-liners, or give me your thoughts on this whole like freaking Blake and Dylan and Hannah in like love triangle, but that doesn't work because they all know that it's happening and yet they're letting it happen, and it's so annoying. Let me know your thoughts on that. Be sure to subscribe because I will be doing this for every single episode of Paradise, and I'm having so much fun and I want you to come along with me. Subscribe.